Welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Freed. I'm your host, Michael Freed. I'm a litigation partner in the matrimonial and family law firm of Berkman, Botker, Newman, and Shine, with offices in New York City, Westchester, and Long Island. And today, my special guest is Gabrielle Segal of GS Art Concierge. So,
Hi,
Gabrielle,
Michael.
welcome to 5 Minutes with Freed.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
Great. So, Gabriella, tell us, what is GS Art Concierge and what's your role in the company?
GS Art Concierge is the name of my art advisory and appraisal practice. So I'm an accredited member of the Appraisers Association of America, specializing in fine art from the 20th century to the present day. So I provide USPAP compliant appraisal reports of fine art for everything from insurance coverage, gift and estate tax, charitable contributions, equitable distributions, damage and loss assessments, art secured loans, prospective sales, and financial planning purposes. And in addition to that, I also provide advisory and consignment services to either help clients find work that fits their collecting goals or managing the consignment and monetization of fine art assets.
All right. So now, Gabrielle, you know that I'm a matrimonial and family law attorney. When would my clients most often require your services?
Absolutely. So, when working with matrimonial attorneys, resolving questions around equitable distribution of assets is the number one reason for engaging an appraiser like myself. So, essentially, a couple may have jointly purchased property, including fine art, throughout their marriage, and potentially with radical changes and fluctuations within certain sectors of the art market transpiring over those years. And now, with an impending divorce, an objective third party like myself is called in to assess the current market value of that asset pool to ensure an equitable solution is reached. Now, Michael, as you well know, being a high net worth matrimonial law attorney, divorce is expensive.
Yes, it
So,
is.
if there's anything that I can offer in the way of perspective to matrimonial attorneys and their clients, it's rather than fixate on the additional expense of having the appraisal done, you should look to harness the strategic advantages afforded by a well researched and objective appraisal, including the possible cost savings. And, there's a couple of possible scenarios as to how this would play out. So, scenario A is a client who has a collection appraised and learns that what they thought to be incredibly valuable is in fact of insignificant or decorative value only, and that their attorney's billable hours are actually better spent pursuing or protecting interests in jointly owned real estate, businesses, stock portfolios, etc. And they can let the collection slide with less financial detriment than if they were to continue on a pointless wild goose chase. And then, of course, the opposite is true. Upon learning that a collection has increased in value over time, perhaps even more than what was initially speculated, a client and their attorney now have the report as the necessary ammunition to pursue what they're entitled to with the confidence that the juice is worth the squeeze.
Okay, that's a great answer. So, Gabrielle, what would be the best way for a prospective client or other professional like myself to contact you?
I can be reached by phone or email. And if you look at my website, gabriellesegal.com, that gives a pretty accurate sense of my scope of expertise and if I am the right person for the job.
Perfect. So, Gabrielle, we have now come to the most important part of our show,
Mm-hmm.
and that happens to be the question of the week. So, Gabrielle Segal, this is your question of the week.
Mm-hmm.
If you could live in any Disney or Pixar movie, which would you choose and why?
Beauty and the Beast. I think anyone can understand the appeal of being holed up in a European castle surrounded by books. I do have one caveat though. In my version of Beauty and the Beast,
Okay.
as an audiobook aficionado, in my version, the books actually float behind you and follow you around and read themselves to you.
I
But
love that.
that's the sort of That's the Disney movie that I would want to live in.
I love that. That is a great answer. And Gabrielle Segal, you have said it all. You are praising fine art one day at a time, and I want to thank you for being a wonderful guest on 5 Minutes with Free.
Thank you for having me, Michael.